All right, in today's episode, we got a lot to discuss. We all know that we have the Dallas Cowboys coming into the link, and there's some things we have to discuss. There's also a couple questions that I have regarding some of my prior takes, and it'll be interesting to see how Dallas Cowboys fans and content creators feel about a couple of my talking points. And we're also going to get into the game in itself that, Sunday evening. I'm Weapon X. This is the voice of the Eagles show. And like always, God bless those Philadelphia Eagles. But enough of that. Let's get right into it. So I have two guys with me, well respected. I really appreciate their work. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
Philly first, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I'm Philly halftime, and I'm a diehard Eagles fan. I bleed green. I do. I mean, I've been watching Eagles since, we had Reggie White, DaRon Bland. I've seen it all. I've seen the Dallas Cowboys win their Super Bowls, which was disgusting. But, I'm a diehard Eagles fan through and throughout.
Hey, what's your channel? Where can we find you at?
That's okay, Philly. Oh, it's Loud Nation time now, man. You came in. They need to find you when they can find you over here. You know what I'm saying? So when you're bringing me on, hey, that's okay, man. I'm sitting here. Weapon X invited me to the platform, so I'm sitting here like, okay, all right, cool. Let me check Smooth out. So I checked them out or what have you. I didn't get a chance to see who you were or what have you, but you're doing a great job. But now all of a sudden, man, I looked at the title and I'm sitting here like, whoa, so it's one of these type of events. You know what I'm saying? Because now I said, hey, bro, you got to link my channel now, baby. Because hey, y'all, he got on his channel. This is his title. Now. Dallas Cowboys suck. In capital letters, Dak Prescott choked artist, and then he got Philadelphia Eagles will expose Micah, Parsons. So, hey, man, so you coming in with the heat with the title, but I'm coming in here saying, all right, spit your gang then. Set let's get into it. Set it off in this mug, man, because I thought we were going to at least do some small talk, but you jumping right on in with the title. So I'm sitting here like, all right, let's go.
The Cowboys have not won a Super Bowl.
Okay.
In 27 years.
Okay.
Am I correct?
You are perfectly correct.
A little over a quarter century, right?
To be a little bit more respectful. Yeah.
A little over a quarter of a century, right?
Okay, keep going.
Now, in that time frame, the 27 years, that quarter century, what has the Dallas Cowboys done to be relevant? That's my whole thing. What has the Dallas Cowboys done to be able to feel as though they can talk with some of the best teams in the NFL? At some point, you even look at the playoffs. I say they choke artists. I say all of those type of things. But at the same time, you got to put your money where your mouth is. Okay. Am I right?
All right. Is it my turn or is it Philly time? Halftime turn. Is he gonna go halfway in with this? Who turn is it now? Is it your turn?
I want to pull up some stats. I want to pull up some stats.
Pull up some stats. Keep going.
Yes. I want to pull up some stats. The Dallas Cowboys have a record of 5-12 in the playoffs since 1996.
Okay.
All right. When we're talking about mediocrity, this is mediocre here. When we're talking about this huge gap without any success. Now you won the 5 championships. That was cool. I understand that. Who was born? I don't even believe you was born back when they won those. No one's seen it. It was so long ago. To the point where the NFL is about relevancy.
Okay.
And the Dallas Cowboys have not even been relevant enough for me to feel like you guys can talk as much crap as you do. 5-12 in the playoffs Let's look at one and done. So those 12 times you've lost. Let's look at the 12 times you lost in the playoffs.
Keep going.
You've been one and done.
Keep going.
What, 7 times, right? You've been one and done 7 times out of those 27 years. I mean, you didn't make it to the playoff. I mean, back to the Super Bowl. You didn't make it to a championship game. I just don't understand. Where is the confidence with the Dallas Cowboys and their content creators and their fan base? Why do you have you guys have some real kahunas to feel like you guys can talk to the reigning NFC champ? I mean, okay,
I'm glad. Wait a minute. I'm glad. Hold on. Now I'll let you go in with bringing up all of the historical data.
My point, bro.
Well,
I know. I'm digging in you, right? I'm gonna give you the floor. I'm digging in you. I know it hurts, right? You guys haven't been winners. I know you want. I know. I know you want to get me off your tail, but I have to, man. I have to.
No, I am loving this. Ooh, I'm loving this.
I'm almost done, bro.
Keep going.
Okay, you look at the Philadelphia Eagles since 1996, right? Now, mind you, of course, you guys have more Super Bowl wins than us. Cool. That's great and all. Okay. But since 1996, we have been to the playoffs. 31. We've played 31 games. We've won 16.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we've been winning. We've been in Super Bowls. We've been in the Super Bowl 3 times. We won 1. All right. We was in the Super Bowl last year. I mean, to actually cover a Super Bowl, my first year of contracting is something you can never. This something you dream about. And why you haven't experienced it, bro? So where's all the talk from the content creators from Dallas that haven't even covered a Super Bowl? Like, what are we saying here? If we're talking about relevancy right now, for sure. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. You look, we 16, three Super Bowls, we won 1, but I mean we're above 500, so we're doing pretty good, right? And I don't understand Dallas. I just don't get it. I would like to know, where is the confidence for what? How do you guys get the trash talk so much? Like, if I was the Dallas Cowboys, I would be zipped. If I was a Dallas Cowboys fan, content creator, my mouth would be zipped. I wouldn't be able to even make content knowing that we haven't won a Super Bowl in so long.
Okay.
I wouldn't trash talk. I can't. Where can I trash talk? Like, how can I say anything about another team when the Dallas Cowboys have not finished their food? Like, they haven't, no playoff success.
Did you get it off your chest? Are you happy now? You got it off your chest? Can Philly?
I got it off. Let me know.
You got it off. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. And now it made Philly halftime. Can you go? Because I want to make sure that you get all of what your thoughts is off chest. Go on. Is that another Eagles guy? Wait a minute. Hold on, man.
I need some reinforcements.
Wait a minute.
Come on, let's go.
How many more you gonna bring up in here? You know.
Who wants the floor? Well, let's go.
Before Philly halftime go, let the other man go down below. You got to move the letters off of him, unless you can make him Cowboy, because it's right now all I'm seeing over him is Cowboy. Keep going. There you go, guy.
Here you go. How can you not beat the 49ers? Like, come on. You went to the playoffs twice. They beat you twice. Then you go this year, and you're like, oh, we're going to beat them. And they beat you again. And look at
blew them out.
The 49ers.
Embarrassed them.
They are just – they lost – they're just lost back-to-back. Again, they lost to the Vikings. Like, how do you guys sit here and pump your chest when you know you're not that good? Let's be honest. You know you're not that good. You know you're not that good. I have the Eagles sweeping you this year. Stick a fork in you because you're done. The Eagles beat you guys twice this year.
Okay, good. Congratulations. Now let the other guy talk. Marcus and Thomas. I think me and him share the same name, Thomas, man. So I know you got some greatness in you, man. You just choose the wrong side. But go ahead, Pro Fan Talk. Go ahead.
It's all good. Listen, man. Even back when I played in the 90s, bro, it was still no love lost for the Dallas Cowboys. However, this is my logic on Cowboys fans. If you did not see Troy Aikman play personally, I don't want to hear from him. The only thing you got is you drinking that Kool-Aid that they were a part of when they were winning the championships. Because listen, I grew up watching I wasn't a Cowboys fan. Me being a running back, I was a Tony Dorsett fan. And back then in the 70s, the Steelers were the big bad villains of the country.
Okay.
Because it was Roger Staubach in that star. Then what happened? Dallas started winning. 70s was Pittsburgh. The 80s was the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
The 90s was Dallas. And then you get into the 2000s, that's when Tom Brady did his run. And just like now, that's why so many people hate the Patriots. So my logic is always this. If you never actually saw a championship, or you was like 2 or 3 years old, you ain't really got nothing to say. If you was around and you saw Troy and Larry and Emmett and all them boys put it down and they were some bad boys, don't get it twisted.
Right.
Then you got a right to talk. But you still got to temper that because that was 30 years ago.
Okay.
That's like telling your friends, you know, that's like Al Bundy. You was the starting running back in high school. You got to get up to date.
So from your logic, all Eagles fans should be born in 2017, because that was y'all first year winning the ring, right? That was y'all first year. From your logic and from your understanding of the game and knowledge of playing for the game, is that where your love affair been? Because I'm not mistaken that you guys been around since 1933, right?
Yeah, because ain't nobody gonna count the 1960 championship before the Super Bowl was a thing.
Right.
So I understand that, but I also know all of the crap that the Eagles put up with, and all of the talk about you've never won. We had to deal with all of that kind of stuff. And when it was our time, we're 1 for 3 or 1 for 4 rather.
Right.
And when we finally got ours, we gonna talk our talk.
No, y'all 1 and 3 right now. I ain't gonna do you bad like that, but I'm gonna say this right quick. Well, you know, I get what you said, what you said, and I feel you, you know. But from my understanding, from the long soliloquy that my guy Weapon X started off with, my only gripe that I got to say with him, and if he's saying what's taking all of this thing of us losing all of these years, well, let me just counter. What's taking y'all so long to catch up? Not just to us, you got to catch up to Washington team first. And then for Washington, you got to catch up with the Giants. Of course, we got 5 rings. That's not my fault. And I'm glad that y'all think I'm younger than what I am. But, hey, excuse me, I'm older than Jason Witten. So, hey, I just want to let y'all know that when you do the math, you'll know that I've seen plenty of Super Bowls in my time. I see more Super Bowls in my time than you guys have seen. That's just all I'm going to say right now. And I thank the good Lord to keep me looking young over here. I really appreciate that.
Turn off that filter, man. Turn off that filter.
Hey, ain't no filter. You know what I'm saying? This is all real deal over here. But let's go.
Look, here's my only thing, right? This is my only point here. And I've never discussed it with any other Cowboys fans or content creators. It's confusing to me. I can't wrap my mind around how a team that has not been relevant at all, you know, in the playoffs or when, you know, or been like just haven't been relevant in postseason, period. And quite honestly, pretty embarrassing. I don't understand how a rabid fan base like the Dallas Cowboys can talk so much crap.
Because of the history of the Cowboys is still supreme over the Eagles. That's the only reason being is because even in the 27-year drought, you guys haven't caught up to us, and y'all haven't caught up to the Washington team. So if anybody in that particular order, y'all should have all of that heat. It's about clearly catching up. If you never made $1 million, you can't tell someone how to make one, right? So that's just what we're saying. We are on the other end of the totem pole over here. That's just what it is. Unfortunately,
it's for me. I understand that. I get it. For me, it's more about relevancy. The Cowboys, they shouldn't be as relevant as they are right now. They're not doing anything against good teams or in the playoffs.
Yeah, but let me tell you something about this. When you are good, when you are great, when you have supreme talent, look, Look, the Bible was written over 2,000 years ago. It's relevant every Sunday. So people, you can't use what it is, and it is what it is. The Cowboys is one of those teams that's always going to bring in historics and will always bring in greatness. You can't erase that, fam. So get over it. You know, they're going to still talk about the Dallas Cowboys. We the biggest.
They always
on
do
top
that.
of that, they always
bring in
the
greatness.
quarterback that y'all said that choke. Hold on. Wait a minute. The quarterback that you said choke, he is 8-3 versus y'all boys. So that's just what it is.
Yeah, but 3 of those games don't count.
Well, if 3 of those games don't count, is he above? Is he above? Hold on. Let me say this. Is he above? Is he above or below 500? Is he above or below 500? Have he won more games than lost games versus the Eagles?
Listen, you can go ahead and recite those stats, but that's just what's that going to do when the last time you won a Super Bowl? The last time you won a Super Bowl, it was on VHS. Stop playing.
But that's what you just said. That's what y'all said. Y'all making this about stats. That's what you just bringing up. So I'm just bringing back facts.
I'm just bringing back the energy that you're giving. At the end of the day, it don't matter what was going on 30 years ago. It only matters what was going on this season.
Well, excuse me.
Right now, we're talking about
y'all won a Super Bowl. It's been 7 years since y'all won the Super Bowl.
And it's been 30.
It's been 27. So don't be added. Don't be added years.
Listen, now, fam. You already know in mathematics you got to round up.
All right. Well, 10 years for y'all, 30 years for us. And then at the end of that, y'all got stomach muscles on y'all neck because y'all looking up to greatness right now. You got to pass. You got to pass the rock. You got to pass the giant. You got to pass the. Come on.
How you feel about whoa. Wait, I have to cut you off. You going too hard.
That's just what I is. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, man.
Michael Parsons.
I got to intervene on that.
So here's
how you feel about Dak Prescott's 8-3 record against the Philadelphia Eagles.
I was just about to go there because here's the real talk. If Dak Prescott does not, it's basically for Dak Prescott, it's Super Cowboys fans going to have to do when they got to find another quarterback when Dak doesn't take y'all to the Super Bowl this year. And Jerry doesn't want to give him that mega deal going forward because that's what it's about. It's a contract year, so it's to put up a shut up for Dak.
I mean, let's give it. You know, Jerry's gonna be Jerry. Jerry is Jerry, and we can't stop or control Jerry. The NFL can't stop or control Jerry. So yes, if it's a contract year for him, that's just how the cookie crumbles. But at the end of the day, on Sunday night, it's the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll see who's going to remain on top.
You know it's going to happen.
All right. Okay. So moving right along. Hassan Reddick. All right. Hassan Reddick. I want to jump into Hassan Reddick and Micah Parsons, right? Because I made a video, talking about Hassan Reddick actually being better than Micah Parsons. Now, I got killed everywhere. Trust me. I've heard my fair share of you're an idiot and things like that. But me, I'm going off stats. And based off stats, now I understand there's other things as far as game planning and double teams and things like that. But the bottom line is you look at since 2022, Reddick has 22.5 sacks. Parsons has 19.5. All right. Now, based off how close those stats are, you look at the playoffs, 3.5 against Parsons 1. Right. They play in the same amount of playoff games. Parsons only has 1 sack. When it matters most, the magnifying glass is put onto every player on the field. So everything is magnified. This, based off the stats, I think it's fair to say, hey, Reddick may be just as good as Micah Parsons, if not better. Is that crazy for me to think?
No, it's not crazy.
People are calling me a lunatic because I'm saying, hey, I think he's better. He's been in the NFL longer. He's done miraculous things with every team he's played for. He's broken records for having 10 or more sacks or double-digit sacks with 3 different teams. So he's making plays. I mean, the 49ers game, he won us that game by himself. Right. So, dude, he's definitely elite. I don't understand why people kill me when I say I think he's better. Or if not, he's in that conversation. Am I crazy for feeling that way?
No, he would definitely be in the conversation because they're both at the same level, in my opinion. You cannot disregard what Micah has done. Micah came in and he changed the game. Now everybody wants that 4-3 linebacker / rush edge, which is why we went and got Nolan Smith. You know what I'm saying? So you can't deny what Micah has done. On the other side of that, everywhere that Hassan Reddick, I call him the Chronicles of Reddick, he is getting it done on that edge. And even last year, Gannon had to admit that if he would have let him go the first four games of the season instead of dropping him back in damn coverage, he would have had even more sacks. So even last year, when he had such a successful season, Gannon was even holding him back the first quarter of the season.
Yeah.
So, and then you fast forward to this year, he had the cast on. The minute he gets that cast off, it's a new ball game. So they both really good players. They're both elite level players at their position. And it's all about what is the opposing offense going to do to counteract that.
So you give the edge to Micah Parsons, right? Just based off.
I would give the edge to Micah Parsons, not on talent, but on the way that Dallas uses him. That man has been everywhere on the field. That man, he does the Myles Garrett crossover in front of the center. They're putting him everywhere on the defensive line. They're not doing that with Hassan Reddick.
Yeah, when you think of defense interior in general, you guys over the course of the last 2 seasons, you guys had a better interior defense. I would say that last year you had Javon Hargraves, and then you had Fletcher Cox, who both of those guys had near double-digit sacks from the inside. And then you add in the wave of guys that you have, and even Jordan Davis now with Jalen Carter. Those things allow your edge guys to run free. And if I'm going to pick my choices, I'm going to double-team the interior A-gap and B-gap, and I'm going to let Hassan Reddick do his thing. But if we're going to use these type of things, let me add my God playmaker in here.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
So with that being said, my brother, we can go back and forth with all of this, who's better and who's this. But if you're going to use that as a baseline, well, according to your theory and according to your analogy, DaRon Bland is better than Darius Slay.
No.
The way he playing right now?
In the last 2 years, look at both stat lines. If you want to just go by stat lines,
based off this season, yes.
Based off the last 2, if you want to look at it,
based off this season, all right.
Look up passing rating allowed, yards allowed, and INTs and touchdowns. So you're gonna go if you're gonna use that. I'm just saying, bro, if you're gonna use that if you're gonna use this type of stat line, who is better, what have you. Then we can go that way. That's all I'm saying. And I get with what you're saying. I like Hassan Reddick, but Hassan Reddick is on his 3rd team for a reason. I'm quite sure Parsons wouldn't be on his 3rd team.
But he's
right
always
now.
produced.
He's always produced. It don't matter how much Parsons produce or not. He ain't gonna be on his 3rd team in the amount of years that Hassan Reddick is. You know.
Yeah, but that wasn't Hassan Reddick's fault.
Hassan Reddick has always produced everywhere he went. So that gives more credit to him. I mean, everywhere he goes, he makes plays. He gets 10 or more sacks. So he's really good. Can Micah Parsons do that with 2 or more, with multiple different teams?
I don't think so. Arizona Cardinals had a nice defensive front, as well as the Carolina Panthers had a nice interior defensive front before they got old and long in the tooth. So I'm not saying that Hassan Reddick is trash. I like the kid. I like what he brings to the table. I told people this all the time. I told these people when I was looking at the film analysis, you can't run up A-gap and B-gap on the Philadelphia Eagles. For damn sure not 1st and 2nd and 3rd quarter. But 4th quarter, they begin to get a little tired.
You're giving him a backhand compliment now.
I'm giving. Hold on. Let me finish. I'm finna slam dunking for you. Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick, they motors don't cut off. Through the whole entire game, they killing you. Through the whole entire game, they got an endless motor. So when you look at Hassan Reddick and you see what he do in the late 3rd or the early 4th or even the late 4th quarter, he make that impact play because he don't stop. And that's what I like about him. He do play through the echoes of the whistle. But those interior guys, they do get a little tired on you.
How you feel about DaRon Bland?
That's about it.
Hey,
I mean, the DaRon Bland argument, that's the wrong argument, because what you're trying to figure out is who plays the best for whatever team they're on. Period. That's the only thing that matters. So right now for us, Hassan Reddick is getting the job done. For Dallas, Micah Parsons is getting the job done. That's the only thing that matters. You can give stats don't lie, but stats do mislead. So the stats are great, but right now,
let me ask you this: how good is Bland? That's my thing, because I'm saying this guy has three touchdowns right now. Like,
yeah,
it's wild to me. I don't want, like, am I sleeping on him? What's going on with him? Like, am I sleeping on DaRon Bland?
No, I think that he's in a system that plays well with him. We are the best team in man-to-man defense. We play about, I would say, 57% of the time. I think we're number one in the league playing man-to-man defense.
And y'all got what, 13 turnovers so far?
13 or turnover. Yeah, we do force the turnover rate. Yeah, it's pretty nice. So I think Bland, he's a 4-4 guy. He's a fast guy. He's a physical corner who can play inside and outside, and he got a unique skill set to his game. I think I think that he's a better slot. But coming out of college, we all seen him on the outside as an outside corner. But in Dan Quinn's system, it do relies on that pressure up front getting out there, and we got middle field closed. So we gonna have that safety not over the top, and they trust what Bland brings to the table. He got a good combination of size and speed.
Yeah, and I don't care how good somebody thinks DaRon Bland is now. All I know is he done got 3 pick sixes this year.
Right.
That's the only thing that matters.
Dallas Cowboys are 4th in takeaway. So
correct. And let's keep it let's keep it 100. What have the Eagles been doing? We gave the ball up twice on the inside the 5 last week.
So if we get a ball if we have more than 2 takeaways, I feel like Dallas,
it's gonna be bad for business for us.
Yeah, they have a great chance. So this is a good test right now, because the Philadelphia Eagles, they have struggled with turnovers. So this is going to be great to see. I think this is what it comes down to. And honestly, I think Dallas has the edge. I hope Philadelphia Eagles can, kind of figure it out. But with the type of offense, I feel like you put yourself in those positions you're going to turn the ball over, like when you're such an explosive team. So that's just part of it. Some of the turnovers are they're fluky, right? Same with Dak Prescott last year. Dak Prescott, he had some interceptions that was clearly not his fault. Like at least 4 or 5 that I've seen, like, all right, that is not on him. Now Jalen Hurts is going through the same thing. And I'm like, what the heck? But I have to acknowledge the fact that Dak was going through the same thing as far as turnovers. But at the end of the day, I'm going off stats, and Dallas, they definitely have the edge. But I want to know how will the Eagles attack the Cowboys, and how will Dallas attack the Eagles?
I think the Eagles have to run the ball to open up to the pass, because then that'll give Jalen Hurts time to look downfield, because they're going to be worried about running, and you got to run with Swift, and just pound the ball. You got to pound the ball right down the field, and then that will open up the passing. And then A.J. Brown, and they got to worry about Devontae Smith, and then you got to also worry about Connor.
Yeah, Dallas is really nice.
Go ahead, Marcus. Let me know how the 2 teams attack.
Well, as far as the Eagles go, let's not forget Dallas got a problem with Tyron Smith at left tackle. He's not playing. They don't know if the backup's playing, so who's going to start at left tackle? And whoever that is, they got to deal with Sweat. They got to deal with Fletch. That's an issue right now.
Yeah, that is.
So that's going to be the chink in the armor that we need to attack. Conversely, if Dallas has been watching tape, they're going to send everything they got at James Bradbury, because he's been playing suspect the last 2 weeks.
We have weaknesses on the line as well with Tyler Steen, starting at guard. I don't think
Tyler Steen is. I don't think he's a weakness. Not at all.
That's fair. He's still a rookie. He's still a rookie, though.
He's still a rookie.
Yeah.
I would say this, though, looking back at our team, both teams, what have you, yes, we do have a issue with Tyron Smith I think that he won't play. I think it will be Chuma Edoga. They said that ankle sprain, it was good enough for him to practice this week. But I would say this too. We did play the Jets with this offensive line. And granted, the Jets defensive front is a little bit different than your guys. Y'all got better edge rushers, but I think that they're interior play.
They got a really good defense.
Yeah, they got a real good defense and very, very disciplined style defense. So if the Cowboys want to win this game, they're gonna try to at least be efficient with their passing underneath, so that they can open up. They're gonna have to use this passing as a run game. Like I said, there's not many yards that you guys allow in the A gap, B gap, in period. You guys only allow about 65 to 70 yards a game. So if we going to run the ball,
right?
Running the ball. So if we going to run the ball, we're going to attack it to C gap or bounce it to the outside. And I want my guy Tony Pollard to continue to press it to the outside and give you guys some of those mixtures. If not, to slow you guys down a little bit on your pass rush. I'm looking for some tunnel screens. I'm looking for some drags. I'm looking at some of the similar things that 3-by-1 set that the Washington team was able to do. I'm looking at that type of way to approach and to also attack the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, on the flip side, I'm saying this, and I'm saying this about 3 weeks in a row. A.J. Brown should be in the making of somebody putting this man in MVP race right now. He's been a guy that's been averaging over 130 receiving yards, man. And he's been killing. He's like I don't know how to stop him. You know, you can try to bump him, you can try to move him out of the way. All I can say is don't do one-on-one. You're gonna have to roll coverage. So I'm with the belief that I'm gonna slide Gilly on him. I think Gilly did a good job last year when y'all played against the Colts. And I want Bland on the faster, shiftier guy, Smitty. And I already got J-Rock.
All right, cool. Let me segue to this. Who has the bigger game, A.J. Brown or CeeDee Lamb?
I think
you look at the Philadelphia Eagles off our defensive backs, man. We're banged up and we're going through a lot. They had a really bad game last week. They're looking like they're looking pretty sweet right now. I'm gonna be honest. So who do you think will have a bigger game?
I think CD, because of the fact that you guys, Kevin Byard, he's still picking up the playbook, and on top of that, they're going to move him around. So I don't think Slay is the type of DB to travel. And if we need to get some cheap yards, we'll put CD over there with Bradbury, and he definitely ain't scary over there. So I would say that CD, this should be a game that CD will be able to eat.
I don't know how much he's going to eat because I don't think it's going to be AJ. I think CD will have a better game. However, I think that'll be because either Goddard or Devontae Smith are going to go off because they're going to have so much focus on AJ. But you can't even say that because so did the last 5 weeks. Everybody was concentrating on AJ, and you see how that worked out for him. So what the Eagles need to do is they need to attack Dallas like the same way they attacked Tyreek Hill and Waddle against Miami.
Can you bring this up though, Marcus? Can you bring this up? Would this be the better DB groups that you guys seen in the last 5 weeks?
Yes.
Because Dallas's DBs were not physical. No, I'm sorry, not Dallas. Miami's DBs were not physical at all.
What defensive backs do they have except Bland? I mean, you have you got Diggs is out for the season. So who do they really have? You need 3 corners. They only have one guy. They only have one guy. It sounds like. Who's the other corners? Who's your slot? Who's your? I mean, you got to think about those things.
We got Stephon. Yeah. We got Stephon Gilmore. We got Stephon Gilmore, even though he's long in the tooth. He's younger than he's younger than Slay. He's younger than Slay.
Is he still going? He's still going crazy right now.
Hey man,
he's not burnt toast.
Passer, he's top 10. Look it up. Look it up. He's top 10.
He's really having a good season.
He's top 10 in passer rating allowed. Like the lowest passer rating allowed. He's top 10. He's top 10. Look it up. Teams that throw that way, if you don't throw the ball right, it can be picked off. So he's still crafty. That's why I say put him on the bigger A.J. Brown and roll coverage. Have somebody over the top.
What's up with Stephon Diggs? Let me know, Marcus. What's up with him?
He's going to field day.
Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore.
Well, Gilmore. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, Gilmore.
I mean, to me, he's in the same situation like Slay and Bradbury. Yes, they are a little bit older. When they play well, they play really well. But when they play bad, it gets exposed. But let's not forget the elephant in the room with Philly's defense. And Dallas are zone killers. So as far as the Philadelphia defense, we got to tighten that up, or they're gonna carve us a new one in the middle. The same way they're gonna watch film on Washington, and they're gonna look at that first half of that LA Rams game.
Yeah.
So I gotta do my homework on us.
That's a measured response right there, fam.
Yeah, man. And you mentioned something. You mentioned something earlier, and I saw it on tape when I was watching the game. We do struggle when you got that trips formation of that 31. And the one thing Dallas does is they'll do that they probably got about 4 or 5 plays where they got that 31 formation, then the tight end goes in motion he shifts to the right side, and then they do jet motion back to the left. And the way that Philadelphia has had trouble shifting and banjo and coverage and stuff like that, that might cause us issues. So we got to be on top of that.
And let me say this too. When you looked at the tape, it's not about the talent that gets mixed up. It's just the continuity that you guys have confusions on. Byron, Kevin, he knew to be at the right spot, but he was still new. So that's why I was trying to tell even my side that, hey, it's a lot of confusion going on. It doesn't matter how much talent you have. Now, when the side plays that zone cover defense, you guys got a chance to see the ball. Y'all do lean on the front to make sure that they get pressure. I'm looking at all of your linebackers. They have the same mentality. They stop the run at all costs. Now, as far as coverage, your linebackers from Cunningham to even my Georgia Bulldog guy, N'Kobe Dean, they are not that great in coverage for some strange reason, but they come down the hill. They come down the hill and they rally. They go hook the flat and they hit anything that's moving. And I like that mindset, but they ain't good in coverage, in my opinion, from my observation.
Here's the thing with linebackers and coverage, and you can name any back. You can go Moreau, Cunningham, Fred Warner, Greenlaw, any linebacker. Even though you are fast, most linebackers cannot cover. They can run with you, but they can't cover. Because when you say cover, that means they can backpedal and rotate them hips like a defensive back. That's not going to happen. Micah Parsons can't even do that. And he's a 4-3 guy. But if you get the right person on him, the minute he turns his hips and you cut on the inside, he's done.
Yeah.
So you're always trying to win the mismatch. And in our situation, we got DeAndre Swift. We got a little bit better because I think we have a little bit more speed at linebacker, but they still can't cover. That's why Moreau, Cunningham, they're better in the zones because they can run and they're bigger guys. They got a little bit more length.
And they got none but alleyways too because your boys up front. Like I was telling people try to keep comparing Mozzie to Jalen Carter. I say stop that. Mozzie more of the same side, same vibe of Jordan Davis. Nobody the same size of Jordan Davis. So you're not going to get a gang of sacks from those guys. Those guys are
Jalen Carter's just better. He's just a better player, better prospect. He's overall just a better player.
You can name over 100 players.
Jalen Carter's having a better year. Statistically, he's just better.
He's a 3-tech too. He's a 3-tech.
One of the best. He's probably the best player in this year's draft.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that.
Wait a minute. Two different spots, though. You know.
But check this out. Here's the problem.
MVP for
he's just better, man.
How is back feeling? Is back feeling better? You know.
Exactly. Here's the problem in today's NFL. Here's the problem with the draft picks. Everybody wants to just add water, and you cannot do that. We got lucky that everybody reneged on Jalen Carter, and he dropped to us when he did. We got lucky when it comes to that. But who's to say that this kid, Mozzie Smith, won't wake up next year? Look at what Jordan Davis is doing this year when he had all of them expectations. Yeah. It takes time to come up to speed in the NFL. You can't just add water, and that's what everybody just expects you a first round pick, and you just gonna come in and light it on fire.
Right.
You don't have to.
Did you see his interview? Did you see his interview?
Yeah.
He said, "Man, I don't like football. I like to hit people."
I do agree. Before you get to your other point, Weapon X, I just want to say this. Look how many years it took Dexter Lawrence. You know, a lot of people was wiping him off and saying that he ain't going to be X, Y, and Z. It took him literally 3 to 4 years. So it's for the interior boys, it takes that time. But for Jalen Carter, those rules gonna apply. You know what I'm saying? He just y'all got your good one, man. He's good. I ain't gonna be sitting out here giving y'all flowers and roses before y'all play. You think I'm Micah Parsons over here? You think I'm gonna be Micah Parsons? You know,
let's go, man. Let's go.
Wait a minute, Mike.
Hey, let me ask you a question about Micah. Let me ask you a question about Micah, because they had to come see you in the locker room that week.
True.
I have never seen Micah Parsons is like creating his own distractions because it looks like, and he's not the only one. Some of these guys, in my opinion, and again, this is my get off my lawn moment because I'm an old head. They create their own distractions with all of this social media stuff. Because here's what I thought about Micah Parsons. I was under the opinion if Micah Parsons just stays that quiet dude and just continues to wreck shop, he is going to take over that locker room. He's going to be a leader of that defense, and Dallas is going to be a problem. Then all of a sudden, ever since he was on Vaughn Miller's podcast, it just went downhill from there. And these players today, they just do too much talking. Look at what happened with Kenny Gainwell this week. How the hell are you going to be on your phone at halftime, son? What the hell is wrong with you? Tyreek Hill's going on.
Get off the phone.
Everybody's doing this, man, and I'm seeing it more and more. And these players are creating their own distractions to their detriment, and they don't even see it happen.
Yeah, man, these young kids, man, you can't tell them nothing these days.
No, you can't.
That's just what it is, man. And I don't like it, but I just gotta go. It's not that I don't like Parsons. I just don't like the concept.
It's a new era.
It's a new era. Though, you know.
All I know is if I would have went to the paper, and let's just say social media existed back in 93 and 94. If I would have went on social media or to the papers or wherever and said the Dallas Cowboys are the best team in the league, Seth Joyner would have smacked the hell out of me.
Oh yeah.
Clyde Simmons would have smacked the hell out of me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
I use the analogy just because your neighbor.
That's the thing. I'm like, yeah, he's exactly right. I'm like, dude, they would have. Hey, back in the day, if you would have said this kind of stuff on any team,
it'd have been hell to pay in that locker room, man.
You go with the Raiders, they would have just said, "Yo, what the hell are you doing?"
Even some of the illegal hits,
new era, bro.
Perfectly fine.
New media, baby.
The NFL's changed. You look at hits that they're ejecting, take players out of games for like hits that back in like the early 2000s and the 90s that it was perfectly legal, and I can't wrap my mind around it. Like that looks like a solid hit. You know, it's like that's crazy how the NFL has changed for real.
Well, no, the NFL
it's not going to change, so it's going to be. This not going to change. It's going to even grow even more. So
they made a conscious decision to protect the quarterbacks. That's what that is.
At least they brought back dancing in the end zone, right? You can dance in the end zone now.
Like the Eagles don't even hit like they used
Barely.
to. I'll admit that.
Barely.
The Eagles.
Do y'all remember when Brian Dawkins got fined for a hit? And I remember they interviewed him at his locker, and he said, if you're going to fine me for this, I better not see it on no replays, no highlight tapes.
Yo.
Remember they used to do that? Remember they used to do that thing where you got jacked up? He was like, if y'all going to fine me for this, I don't want to see that replay on no.
Yeah, I remember that. Jacked up. Yep. Yeah. The segment on, was it Monday Night Football on ESPN or Sports Center? Yep.
Yeah, they stopped it now, though. You know,
they stopped all of that, man.
It's the thing, like when you used to watch
protect that investment,
friggin' Dallas and Eagles play hard defense. What happened to that? I'm like, we got soft in football. We used to watch people always with that big hit, and there's none.
Billion-dollar industry, man.
There's really not none. It's like a soft tackle. It's like you must wrap them, and you can't go full speed. It's crazy how it is anymore.
Some of the roughing the passer stuff is a little bit much, but they trying to protect the investment because we had that run where they did. Remember back when they had the replacement players and they had all that bad quarterbacking?
Yeah.
And the ratings dropped. That's what that's for.
Yeah.
They were like, oh no, we can't. We got to protect our investment. So,
which I totally understand. You know, I totally understand it. That's fair. It's for you looking at it from a business aspect. I totally get it. I would do the same thing. But it will be more so. I mean, the players can take out an insurance policy individually without the organization. That's something they can do independently. So I don't know how much that the payout is there. But I don't know. The lawsuit was huge. The lawsuit was huge. The CTE changed everything.
It's all about protecting the product.
Hey, 2 weeks ago, man, I saw a quarterback, man. A player came through from Miami and just did like this, just shot with two hands, and it was flag on play.
Yeah, I seen that. I was so
what is this?
I was pissed about that.
Yeah. That quarterback played for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Hey, he just pushed the quarterback.
He pushed him.
Let me be honest with you. I was mad about that one. Because
I was mad about that.
Man, listen.
Just 2 weeks ago.
you should have heard the Miami fans crying about that game, man. It was 10 penalties to none. All that
was
about that.
Refs and everything. They was really
pissed. I think that's the next thing that's coming, man.
Two-hand touch on the quarterback.
They got to get full-time refs. And they got to start holding these refs accountable because we got too much technology that's showing all of the mistakes that they make. And the NFL can't avoid it. They can't avoid it. So they got to change something. They got to adapt.
Yeah. They bring in the subjective attitude to the table. Yeah. And I know you can hold it on every play. You can call pretty much PI. It's very subjective. So most of those plays, man, it slows down the momentum of the game too. You know, when they want to go back and check and see whether or not it's a first down or not. Yeah,
I mean,
just let these boys play.
They just got to be consistent.
All right, last point here, guys. Last point: keys to victory and score prediction. Now, I'll kick it off. My early score prediction would be 35. I'm gonna say 35-17. Okay, I think going into the link with a Dak Prescott, I mean, in a big game, I think it's too much for him to handle. We've seen him in the spotlight on multiple occasions, and pretty much every time, he seems to falter, or it's always something going on to where he can't deliver a big win against a good team, especially on the road. So when the adversity is facing a team like the Dallas Cowboys, and I wouldn't just say Dak Prescott, I'll throw the team in there as well. When there's adversity with this team, they just can't overcome that type of hump. And we all know when you're coming into the link, and it's the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, it's a different atmosphere. This is like you're getting the playoff atmosphere. So this is going to show, are you ready for the playoffs? Because you come into Philly, the Dolphins said it. Tyreek Hill says, hey, it's like a playoff atmosphere there when you go in. So if you're not ready for the playoffs, you're going to be exposed because this is a playoff type of a thing. Now, I don't think, I mean, just off Dallas Cowboys, their history as a whole, I don't think they're ready for those kind of situations, especially playoff atmosphere. I mean, I don't think they're ready for that type of. I mean, 5-12 in the playoffs since 1995 or 96. I mean, they're not ready for that type of. They're not ready. I think it's going to be over with, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and they're going to be trying to hightail it up out of Philly as fast as possible. So that's my take. I say 35-17.
Is Hurt healthy?
I say 35-17.
Mm-hmm. Is his knee okay?
What you got, Lo? Go ahead.
I'm just asking. Is his knee?
No,
okay?
he is not. He is not 100%.
So he's not going to be moving outside of the pocket.
He's going to be moving outside the pocket.
He'll move a little,
but
he
still looks mobile.
He's still mobile.
His completion percentage in the pocket has gone up to 110
to extend plays. Now, running and getting rushing yards, I don't know. He's moving to extend plays. He's not moving to run. He's not trying to run the ball. He's just trying to extend plays at this point.
Okay. All right. Oh, you want me to go?
Go ahead.
Weapon X. You was right with the score with the 35.
Eagles.
Yeah. Dak Prescott since 2019, since you love stats, he averaged 35.5 points per game versus the Philadelphia Eagles. So I really think that 35 will be the score.
2022?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, yes, indeed. 22. Yeah.
What about recently?
Yeah. Last year he put 40 on that team, and I think that defense. Hold on. Last year he put 40, and I know
didn't have any of our starters in. You talking about that game when you did that against the second and third stringers? That game.
I thought for sure last year I saw Slay out there and Bradbury out there on the field. You know, last year Dak Prescott coming back from that broken thumb. You remember that, right? Do you remember that? Now I know it was Gardner Minshew, but I didn't know Gardner Minshew played on defense. But I will say this though, I think that last year's defense for the Philadelphia Eagles was better than this version of defense. Right or wrong?
The secondary.
I think you're
the secondary was better. Yeah,
secondary. I would agree.
Who you got playing to the level of Javon Hargraves right now?
Seven is much better.
Who's playing better than Hargraves right now?
Jalen Carter and Fletch.
Carter.
They on pace to having 12 sacks this season.
Hassan Reddick might get back there.
I mean, come on, Hassan and Sweat, they getting there. They getting the double digit sack.
Listen, with Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Sweat, and Fletch has been
Wait a minute. You don't miss Hargrave. You will see him whenever y'all play. Y'all play 49ers somewhere down the stretch. But I would say this though.
Production has gotten better without him. We can stop the run now.
We do not miss Hargrave.
49ers. We're not scared of 49ers like you are.
Oh, wait a minute, man. Hey, don't cheer off of another man's success, friend. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I would say this though. Y'all are ranked number 9 in defense this year, juxtaposed to last year. Y'all was relatively ranked number 2 and number 1 in defense. So there's a little scale droppage. That's just from what I'm seeing though. You know what I'm saying? So I would say this 35-26. I think that will be the finality of the score. The Cowboys will be victorious. Hey, we will not be able to run on you guys through A gap or B gap. We will be able to run it on the edge and throw it into some flats, and also being able to take it deep with my guy Brandon Cooks. And we're gonna be cooking on Sunday night, man. Get ready, stay tuned. I think the Cowboys will win in good old Cowboy fashion. Dak Prescott, let's get it.
Wow.
He said, "Pour honey all over him. Pour honey all over him." He poking the bear. Come on.
Yeah, he poking the bear.
What's the keys to victory and score prediction?
The keys to victory is winning on the line of scrimmage. We have to run the ball effectively, and we can't turn the ball over. It's that simple. So I got the Eagles winning 32-24.
Nice. All right, halftime. What you got for me?
The keys are we need to run the ball, and we need to blitz with Hassan Reddick. Get him to get Dak Prescott always panicking, not let him worried about hearing the
make him have happy feet.
And,
make him panic.
Yep. So I think the Eagles will win 38-21. And 38-21.
Yeah.
And Hassan Reddick will have 2 sacks.
Hey,
2 sacks. I'm thinking more like 3.5.
Come on, Parsons get his real sack this weekend. Come on, Parsons. Y'all held Parsons down to a half of a sack.
He
had a half of a sack. Look, he had a half of a sack.
He ain't getting nothing.
He had a half of a sack. He had a 0.5 sack. He had 0.5. He had a half of a sack. I'm taking it all. Come on. He going to be exchanging jerseys on the middle of the field. My doggone Parsons going to be. Parsons going to be exchanging jerseys like, hey, Hurts, give me that jersey.
That's what he's going to be like.
Hey, it may not be on Lane Johnson. They're going to send him through the A-gap. They're going to smooth Parsons. Hey, it's been working. Hey, pay attention now. I'm giving y'all some tips. That play when he squeezed through the A-gap, line up over center. Come on.
Not worried about him. We're not worried about him. He hasn't done anything since we played him. I mean, does he really affect the game? when we face him. No, does he?
Would you rather play without him? Would you rather see him on the bench? Would you rather see him on the bench? Would you rather see Parsons on the bench?
Yes.
Yeah,
y'all better watch out, man. Boy, it's gonna be a great game, man. And good spirits, man. Hopefully, man, all is well. I want a healthy game, man, and a good officiating crew, because the last two games have been 17 penalties to 3. Y'all opposing team. So hey, aficionados, man, stay out of this, man. We just want to see some real football stuff.
Creating excuses already.
Wait a minute. People talking about last year.
Man,
Context, baby. Give context, baby. Hey.
You better go talk to the people in Miami. All that whining.
Let's go, man. Appreciate y'all, man, for jumping me on. Next time we're gonna have to change all of this stuff you got strolling on the bottom of the screen now. Come on, man.
No way. We can't.
Yeah, you got that's disrespectful. Come on, man. Come on, get that out there, man. Come on.
At the end of the day, you already know how we feel about Dallas. We know how Dallas feel about us. So, hey, we can be cordial at times, but outside of that, they suck.
God, man, come on, man.
Playoffs. Then we can talk.
Hey, man, every Eagle fan since 2000, every Eagle fan I know since 2000, NFL started in 2000.
Look, hey,
since 2000.
Let everybody know where they can find you guys, so we can tap in and continue to because this rivalry is never ending. So everybody, law, we already know what law is, right?
Hey, man.
But everybody else, tag your Instagrams, Twitter, whatever, YouTube's, all of that.
No doubt, man.
I'll do mine. I'm Philly Halftime. I'm on YouTube, TikTok, and I'm on X. I guess it's called X now.
Yeah.
So you can find me on right there at them.
Yeah, man. Support, man.
All right, you can find me on my YouTube channel, Pro Fan Talk. Every day I'm creating content every day, and also every Thursday at 7 p.m. on A2D Radio. I got a weekly show also called Pro Fan Talk. So holler at me.
No doubt, man. And
where you at with it, Law?
Hey, man, y'all can find me on Law Nation Sports. Just look at that name up and you'll see my face, name, or logo. Win, lose, or draw, I love my Cowboys. But most importantly, man, I love talking to football fans, man. People have similar passion regardless of whether or not y'all root for the boys or not, man. This is a great time to talk to different people, man, about this sport. And y'all continue to grind and continue to support your team just like I'm going to do mine. I always say this, good luck to your team until they play us. But now, it's no good luck now.
It's personal.
It's personal. Yeah, it's personal.
And like always, God bless those Philadelphia.